What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Fig Heel YouTube channel. And today we're going to be unboxing the Ultimate Edition Solo Sikoa because I love you, Solo. All right, Figure Fam, thank you for joining me for another episode of unboxing and reviewing WWE Mattel figures. And today, we're going to be unboxing the new Ultimate Edition Solo Sikoa figure. I currently do not have a loose Solo Sikoa on display because I haven't really been fond of too many. I have the original first time in a line mint in box, but I'm not a big fan of his elites. I think they could definitely use some work, but I love the torso on this Ultimate Edition, so I really wanted to check it out so I can have a Solo Sikoa on display with the rest of the bloodline. We got to throw them ones up, so we're going to take a look at this today. And this is still available in stores. It is available on Amazon, and it is a good-looking figure from the outside, but we have to take a look, closer inspection on the inside, and it says 6 feet 2 inches, Las Vegas, Nevada. Finisher is the Samoan Spike, and his career highlight is the NXT North American Champion. It says, ever since he stepped foot in WWE, Solo Sikoa has been a force to be reckoned with. As enforcer of the bloodline, Solo decimated all who dared challenge his tribal chief, Roman Reigns, knowing that one day it would be Solo Sikoa who sat at the head of the table. Now, on the back, as usual, and the spine, we have a picture of Solo Sikoa right there, in case you want to put them library style like I do some. Then on the back, you have a picture of the figure in action and the man himself in action. But we are going to open this bad boy up and take a look at everything on the inside. I've said it before. One of my favorite things about these Ultimate Edition figures is how they have these little Easter eggs on the inside of the packaging with little quotes. So we'll start off with the one on the bottom that says, "The tribal heir of the bloodline." Right there. Always has like a little quote from them. And then here, my favorite one, I'm going to try and pop this in. The Street Champion, which is really cool. I loved when they had that Street Champion gimmick going on for him. I really wished that they took it to the next level, you know what I mean? And maybe gave him like a championship and really like monetize the whole thing. But we're going to take all the pieces out so we could take a look at it. First up, we have his towel. We have his hoodie, which probably will not be displayed with him, to be honest with you, at least in this house. We're going to take that, put that off to the side. You got to pop out the small parts first. We have the Samoan Spike hand, which I really dig. That might be one of mine that we put on display. But it's going to be tough to beat out the number one figure, right? Because we the ones, you got to have him throwing that one in the air. I dig it. I think it looks good from the outside. The tattoos looking very smooth and well applicated. Taking off the heads now. The first one we have here is him kind of snarling. And man, they did a great job on the fade. The hair color is pretty solid and spot on. Look at that likeness. The inkjet printing looks very, very good for the beard and hair and the likeness on the mouth. And then here we have the yelling scan. Not my favorite, but it's funny. When you look at these head scans, you can definitely see shades of his brothers, Jimmy and Jay there. The genetics in that family. So looks very good for that screaming head scan. We'll take a look at all of them. But at first glance, guys, I am looking at this Solo Sikoa neutral head, and I think that might be my favorite of them. You can see all the fine details, including the cuts in his eyebrow. But yeah, I think I like this head sculpt the best. Just neutral, keeping it simple. Looks very good. He's got all of his tattoos here. I will say this Ultimate Edition is not as loose as other ones that I've been getting. Does he wear tall like stockings like that where you can see only up to the short? If not, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna have to really assess his gear before I make a decision. But yeah, looks very good. The tattoos are all very, very smooth. We got a little bit of paint issue right here on the wrist tape, but all those tattoos look well applicated and in line, so they kind of connect when you bend the arms and such, as they should. He's got his shorts on here, the tribal on the side, piped in red at the bottom, solo on the waistband, Sikoa across the front, nothing on the right or the back, but his left knee pad has some great tribal designs on it to tie everything in. He's got the kick pad boots with like the very, I would say, amateur wrestling style bottoms on them. You know, there's no lifts and such on them. No longer wearing the shoeless look going on. But let's see. Let's take his Samoan spike. Let's take his head off. Very loose going on there. I'm noticing that, though, with a lot of these Vietnamese factory figures, it's just, man, they're pretty rough. Pretty rough. So there he is, getting ready to do the Samoan spike. About to take somebody out. Love to see that. Looks pretty cool. Overall, yeah, this has got to be the best solo Sikoa figure. I mean, it's hard when it comes to Mattel. It's like almost all of the Ultimates are just very hard to beat. But man, this figure is awesome. I love that like I said, I love that he's not super stiff or super loose. It's perfect, right in between. Then, what we want to do, we want to put that snarl face on. And we're going to give him the 1. And we're going to put it in line. Because once we get Jay in the mail, because we already have Ultimate Jimmy, if you've probably seen it on the channel. Once we get Jay, we want to have all 3 brothers just standing there with Roman, throwing up that 1, waiting for that Jacob Fatu, waiting for that Tongaloa and that Tamatonga. But look at that, man. This figure is awesome. Lot of cool different options as far as display, play, and look, as they should be. I mean, these are Ultimate Editions. These are supposed to be bringing everything to the next level. Only thing else that I would want is, instead of C-grips, you guys know me if you watch the channel, I want fists. I'm not a big fan of C-grips if they don't have a specific thing that they're supposed to be wearing or having on there. So here he is right there with the towel on his head. We're going to put his C-grips in. Even though I'm not a fan of them, we're just going to change up the look, take a look at everything that it comes with. There he is with the towel. Want to throw the hoodie on, but I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of action figure hoodies. They usually don't look good. I've seen pictures of this one. This one's not too bad. I do love that they have it hemmed around the wrist, just like a real hoodie would be. Just easier to take that off. Got to bring this around. I want to keep him in the hoodie and the towel, so we're going to see if we can make that happen. Throwing it on. I love you, Solo. No, oh, there's the other one. Okay. All right. Yeah, you don't want to do it with the towel too. Doesn't look good. Way too bulky. Way too bulky. But we're going to take the towel off. We're going to put the hood up. We're going to zip the hood up, if you know what I mean. And then we're going to have him in here. But yeah, he just looks like a cold little boy. That's all it is. He just looks like a cold little boy. So I'm not a big fan of it with the hoodie on. Hoodie is definitely going into a baggie. So I like to keep all of my accessories, hands and such, into these little collectible baggies so that I know where all the accessories are if I ever want to change anything up. But yeah, this hoodie is an easy pass for me. I think it's cool to get it as an addition, but it's not really conducive to the actual figure itself, the event, or his overall definitive look. So I'm not really feeling it as far as use. So I think I'm going to put his snarl face on, even though I like that neutral face the best. I think for the pose I want to do, having the having the snarl face, having the towel on, and then having him with his number 1 in the air, I think that's the way that I want to display my Ultimate Edition Solo Sikoa. So you got to bend the head back a little bit like he's looking up, right? Hard to do this from behind, but you got to have him facing. One thing I am noticing with Ultimates is that the hands are super loose every single time. And that's everything else on this was pretty solid and in the right space as far as too loose, too tight. Those wrists, though, are always tight me more than I get them. So I hope that's something that they can fix. But comment below. What do you think of this Ultimate Edition Solo Sikoa? If you're interested in getting it, you can click the link below or the product purchase links in this video. Hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Fig Heel. Twitter is at The Fig Heel. Pick up the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, available now on Amazon.com, or simply go to heelbooks.com and make sure you join Whatnot at whatheel.com and you will get $15 off your first purchase. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thank you for joining us, and don't forget, I love you, Solo. Are you a wrestling figure collector of WWE Mattel, AEW Jazzwares, and everything in between? Then you need Fig Heel's Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, the modern edition covering all releases from 2010 to present day. Featuring over 5,000 photos of action figures from the hottest brands, including independent toy makers. Keep track of what you have, want, and need, including loose, mock, and overall collection value. With shots by Matthew Goldberg, the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia is a must-have for collectors. Premium full-color and value black and white editions available now on Amazon.com. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Fig Heel. Pick up my book series on Amazon and my merchandise on ProWrestlingTees.com/FigHeel. Join my official sponsor, Whatnot, at WhatHeel.com and receive $15 off your first purchase.